I am back at Kennywood's Phantom Fall Fest. How's it going, everyone? It is David here, and join me for my final visit to Phantom Fall Fest for the 2025 season. It's going to be a special one because today we are going to have a special behind-the-scenes tour of the all-new haunt, Detached, as well as explore what's going on in the park here on this frigid Saturday before Halloween. So let's go in and try to have some fun. This is a sight you don't see, and no line for Exterminator. Made my first ride of the day here on the Exterminator. In fact, got the very first ride of the day. Here for Phantom Fall Fest, Exterminator is a blackout. There's hardly any lights on in there, and trust me, you lose all sense of direction, and it's very disorienting. For me, it was fun, albeit it's a one and done. I do enjoy it. I will say, if you do want to go on this ride, it is lower capacity, and this thing, historically, gets one of the longest lines in the park. So if you really want to do Exterminator, I would say make this a priority to do this first thing in the morning like we did. Time for the Phantom's Revenge. Absolutely. No one is in line, even for the front row. Speedy service, let's go. Whew, nothing quite like a front row ride on the Phantom. We were one of only like 6 people on the train, and it's pretty cold out this morning. So not running to this fullest potential, not running super fast, not a loads of ejector, more so floater airtime. But I might be in a minority. I love a roller coaster in brisk cold air. I don't know, it just feels more exciting, more fast, almost like skiing. Loved it, good time. We're gonna see if these low crowds carry over to the rest of the park. We're gonna go check on Steel Curtain right now. Guys, this Steel Curtain line is way too long. I don't think I can handle it. Oh boy, Steel Curtain just did a front row ride, and that is absolutely the best seat to sit on that coaster. Such a fun ride, and hardly waited in line at all for that. About to get my 3rd consecutive front row ride. Now heading here onto the Thunderbolt. Once again, with the theme this morning, no lines. Yeah, that's cool. It is not even Halloween yet, but Kennywood has already assembled the giant Christmas tree for holiday lights.
We're the parents. Yeah.
Well, you don't see that every day. Right now, we're about to head into Detached for a lights-on walkthrough tour.
There is no concrete and no mulch inside, only carpet.
Now I feel safe.
Of Detached, what do you want to do?
There's no concrete and no mulch inside,
There's a
only
lot of
carpet.
corn there.
Wait, I thought I did this already. I thought I
think
did this already.
You might have. But anyway, so we're gonna get a lights on tour.
Just took a lights on walkthrough of Detached. Wasn't allowed to film in there, but I did take plenty of pictures. Gonna have a little slideshow. I will say, just a little viewer discretion advised. There are some bloody and gory scenes in here, so if you are sensitive about that, you can skip ahead. You could really appreciate just like the attention to detail that goes into these haunts, especially this new one that is very theatrical. Got to hear the backstory of it and how it's laid out as like different storefronts, and there's an alleyway in the middle that separates it. Got to meet the composer for this. He also did a couple of the other haunts and scare zones in the park. And it's just really well done, and just to see all of the backstory and the moving parts that make this effective, and then later when you add in the lights and the scare actors, the smellitizers and the special effects, I mean, it all comes around to make a really good production. So now I'm going to be able to do Detached in show mode. Can't film it on this one, but I will share my thoughts afterwards. Okay, just did Detached in show mode. And I hope this is now the gold standard for new haunts here at Kennywood. I mentioned this before the first time I did it. If you want to watch and hear my thoughts, click this video right up here. But everything about that just clicks. The story, the over-the-top actors, the lighting, the soundtrack, the smellitizers, the set design, the special effects are just fantastic. Oh yeah, it's foggy tonight. Please note, if you come to Kennywood for the end of Phantom Fall Fest and even Holiday Lights this year, Racer will not be open as it is getting its annual refurb. But do not worry, it will return back next season.
The guy asked to get let out and wouldn't let him out. Stop. So we ended up having state troopers.
It is a busy one tonight. This is the line for Voodoo Bayou, and mind you, it's not even open yet. It opens after nightfall. This is the general line going past the pagoda. Luckily, with the event that I am attending, we will be getting first group of the night.
We can wait. Now let's go.
As you can tell by this lighting, just came out of Voodoo Bayou. That was actually my first run through this season. We were the very first group of the evening, so it wasn't exactly... Yeah! That guy is enjoying his job way too much. I love it though. Anyways, not exactly the best run through. It was still a little light outside. It's definitely better when you go in there darker. What I like about this maze is that it's inside the Raging Rapids. Very long, a lot of set pieces, a lot of good lighting, a lot of good use of fog. Problem with it being too long is that there's not too many scare actors, or it doesn't feel that way. They're very spread out. And I wouldn't call it the scariest maze here for sure. However, at least this year, there were some new set pieces, including a new animatronic spider that looked very good. Just came out of a classic, the Kennyville Cemetery, the last remaining original maze from Phantom Fright Nights, which premiered back in 2002. And while it is on the older side, if you want to go in and have a fun, scary time with some really passionate and in-your-face scare actors, Kennyville Cemetery is the place to be. And with it being an outdoor maze, especially tonight with the thin air and the low-hanging fog, super atmospheric and a good time.
Man,
Whoa, cool.
wow, the hillbillies here got Christmas lights.
Okay, just got out of Dark Shadows. This was actually the last haunt that I needed to do before the season was over. And this has been a long time favorite, and for good reason. I am not one to get too scared or startled into these haunted mazes. I'm pretty satiated and pretty familiar with the whole setup. I really go in just for the fun and for the ambiance. But here in Dark Shadows, for this run through, very dark, tons of fog, and there were a lot of actors and some very good scares. Coming out of the corners in near pitch darkness and getting really close in your face, I felt the scare actor's breath on my face. They were that close. And they got me good. They got me good. And you know what? It's all in good fun. That's what this is all about. Dark Shadows, I would say, out of all the houses I've done here tonight so far and all the run-throughs I've had earlier this year, that's probably the best one here, I would say. In terms of scare, I think have Detached as my favorite, just for the attention to detail. But Dark Shadows, excellent. It's simple, but it works. All right, just went through Malice in Wonderland. And that's the second time I've done this year, and that was pretty weak. Not many scare actors in there, and the ones that were in there were hardly even trying or really not doing anything. I've been in this maze when it has been good, but at least this year it's been pretty weak, and probably my least favorite here at Phantom Fall Fest this year. Well, completed all of the haunted houses here tonight. Just finished off here with Shady Grove Memorial Hospital, and that run through was just okay. Sparse in some areas, but there were some actors in there that were having a lot of fun, hamming it up in there. Some even had good high energy too. Not the scariest one, but overall I think it was just all right. I'm getting attacked by foam bubbles. Ah! And that's going to do it here from Kennywood's Phantom Fall Fest. Had a very fun night. Very busy though later in the evening. It's definitely a beneficiary if you come here early. As you saw, no lines for any of the major rides, but then starting around like 3 or 4 o'clock, the crowds really started to come in, and on average, haunt lines were like 2 hours long each. However, I want to give a huge thank you to Kennywood and the American Coaster Enthusiasts for organizing this little get-together here today where we had a behind-the-scenes tour of Detached. That was very cool, as well as front-of-the-line access for the haunts. Was able to do all the haunts today, which was great. Overall, I think Phantom Fall Fest is a very fun event. I look forward to it every single year. And I know there's a little bit of uncertainty due to new management here for Kennywood and how Hirsch and Family Entertainment, this doesn't really match their values. However, I have good faith that this is going to remain, mainly because it's very popular, it's very busy here. I assume they're making a lot of money with this event. And I am excited for Phantom Fall Fest next year. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more Kennywood and amusement park content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.